Hi everybody, it's Anne. Thanks for joining me. Continue to navigate some wild energies. And speaking of navigation, the other day I'm thinking of metaphorically, this feels like, because I used to sail with my father when I was younger, all over the Great Lakes. And this reminds me a lot of that experience of dealing with different conditions that you go through and can change from moment to moment. To calm and serene, to wild, big waves going up and down, and constantly having to change your sails, your point of sail, to pick up the wind exactly the way you want it, to stay in alignment with that, and to know that it's a constantly changing and fluctuating energetic environment. It's very similar to what this experience really is all about. And we are feeling that big time as we are continue, I should say, to navigate these big, huge energies. And wow, it is a journey really of epic proportions here. It astounds me every day. I wake up to wonder what I can possibly feel like next. We are uncovering so many layers of our authentic beings. It is absolutely unbelievable. The number of people in the collective that are on the same wavelength here. We are basically telling the same story through different mediums, through different perceptions. Everyone has their own view and perspective on this. But one thing I think we are definitely all connected on here is something big is happening. When we are living, like many of us are, in this multidimensional environment, we are navigating different dimensions and learning how to do that. So we're living our lives for the most part in this 3D environment. We're moving into connection and connectivity to higher sources of information. We can pick up on that. We can become very claircognizant and knowing of something and not knowing why. And we can then move back. So we're moving back and forth through this multidimensional perspective on life and learning at breakneck speeds information about who we really are. We are like the microcosm of the macro version of what is happening in the collective consciousness. And more of that is becoming so clear to me. The connections in my life to what is actually transpiring collectively is mind-blowing. I'm not sure if anybody else is getting these same things, but some of the experiences in my life are coming through as big topics in the collective. Now, we are all creating our own collective environment. We are learning how to create, that we are actually creators. We are at every moment creating our futures with our thoughts. So we're becoming very understanding here of our pure potential power, of knowing that there have been over centuries, over lifetimes, these programs that have been instilled in us. And it is really has been the thing setting the standard on what is right, what is wrong, what is success, what is failure, what is the definition of who you are, what is normal and what is wacko. This has been set over centuries of programs, deep embedded programs that have been passed down from generation to generation. And this is the operating system that most people are used to. So when we start to break free of that, yes, of course, this is going to be extremely uncomfortable. I'm telling you, like, we are breaking through from these programs, so many, and it seems strange when we are so different from the norm, from those around us. When we know, like, all of us, the people, the amazing people that I have been able to work with and talk to, we are feeling this. Like, this is a vibrational, magnetized, energetic body feeling. We know that we are shifting and moving into these understandings of higher frequency. And yeah, I mean, it's not comfortable sometimes because it's such a big change. But the big thing is like, we are truly responsible here for changing the direction of where this planet is going, simply through our conscious intention to want to bring about better change through the evolution and change of our own healing process. We are the micro version of the macro consciousness. And this is how powerful we really are. So if there was an agenda, if there was that ability to keep us in line, it would be around reinforcing these programs that we are so used to. So stepping out of that, it just becomes more and more uncomfortable. But at the same time, it is the inner knowing. It is the absolute knowing. No matter your age, your location, none of this really matters if you are brought to the calling here, and you know, if you're still watching this, that you are. And it is quite a process indeed as we navigate some huge releasing. Again, we are shedding more and more layers of who we used to be. And the more we do that, we are being connected to more information, perhaps from an Akashic standpoint and from other sources about who we truly are. So your intuition is really leading the game here. And when we recognize that this is the way it is, when we have done the work, which really means we've stood up to what we consider to be the negative voice in us, the demons, quote unquote, that have brought forward individuals, habits, behaviors, decisions that were not in our best interest. When we recognize that all of that was our opportunity to learn major lessons in this lifetime, whether it be lessons around attachment, lessons around patience, lessons around your ability to stand in your own strength and your own power. There's so many of them. There's so many things that we never gave ourselves credit for, and these lessons have forced us to really recognize that we are the ones that own and control our own power here. And when we recognize that, wow, it is, and we do the work, we stand in that, we stand really firmly in that, sitting with that energy, with that knowledge that we've been carrying around all of these programs on our shoulders, from our parents and from those around us. We have been projected upon in these programs for so long. And this is what a lot of us are feeling right now. This recognition of things, this illusionary world is a big, big topic. We are starting, we have been for quite a while. Everybody is going through different phases and stages of this process. We are really feeling these illusions break down here. And it is bringing about massive global collective consciousness change. And we know this is true. It's never going to be something that is in the mainstream media. We all recognize that now more than ever. So don't ever expect this to be top news. Anyway, we just know this. We are collectively connected here at a higher level of frequency and doing this amazing work. So if you're feeling like things are falling apart, you don't fit in, you're losing connectivity with the people around you, is because your frequency is increasing and you're really starting to see the world from a very different perspective. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people are meant to leave our lives. We've learned what we need to learn. The ones who are meant to be in our lives will come back, will stay, will understand. If you need to experience and learn more about yourself, those who truly are meant to be in your life will understand and appreciate that aspect, because sometimes we have to really separate ourselves from the energy around us to gather strength and understand our own. And this is in itself a very big process. A lot of release happens in that time, and it's not necessarily very comfortable. I myself have been on the floor in tears, in a ball, crying, as I come to these realizations. This has happened a number of years ago, but it is an ongoing process that eventually gets easier and easier until such time that we recognize that all of this worry, the anxiety, the program of not being enough starts to dissolve, and the understanding of our own power. And that is a program that none of that really actually matters much. That if you're doing your best, if you really feel like I cannot do anymore, I have taken initiative to work on myself. I've really worked on just stepping up my game a little bit, trying to break habits that I know really aren't that good for me, finding my joy in life, finding where I'm blocking my joy in life, understanding a little bit more about my own energy and who I am. If you've taken those steps and there's a recognition there that you're uncovering a whole new side of you, then that is, to me, where we sleep at night. Well, if we can, in these energies. So that's another part of this game. But we can say, there's nothing more that I can do. I'm not gonna push a ball of snow uphill here. I'm going to understand that I'm gonna let go of worry and fear and anxiety, because I feel confident in exactly the work I've been doing, and the universe knows that I'm on board with change, and I'm on board with the fact that things are being flipped around, that I'm an energetic being, that I'm here to really understand my own energy and what has been influencing it. When you really start to peel back that and get to that point that there are fluctuations, that we're moving through some tremendously wild energy, and to trust, really ultimately trust the process, to release the need to hold on to that anxiety and tension and go with the flow, which is also challenging because these influxes of energy can create the false anxiety to make us feel like we're not right. It's really, we're integrating so much energy right now. So we're working on this in multiple fronts, and this is why this learning experience here right now is really meant for those who are up for this. And, you know, I stay focused because I'm amazed every day by the opportunity that this energy presents once we learn to navigate and master our skills. Manifestation is something that happens and can happen instantly if we remain in our belief system and focused. It really is such an interesting time to be alive. Yes, there are physical challenges here. Yes, there are spiritual, mental, emotional. We're going through huge, massive changes on all of those levels. So you just really have to realize you are the person in that ship. You are the ship of transcendence, and it is taking us up and down and all around. But we are also, I think most importantly, the biggest thing that I'm feeling is we are the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And this is the energy I have been feeling, I feel on a regular basis for years, this heightened activation, this heightened sensitivity, this energetic body, it's just permeates through me every moment of the day. It's just a natural state for me We are the heartbeat here of Mother Earth, and more of us, especially the highly sensitives, are feeling this. So wow, I mean, what an interesting time when we have the power here to recognize that we can release bad old timeline experiences. We can release that timeline that's trying to hang on. It's not who we are. It is just an experience we had, and that we can create new versions of ourselves. We are capable of doing that multidimensionally. Now, this information comes at us, you know, slowly, because it's this, I mean, when we're talking about complete and utter transformation of what we knew, this is going to be something that has to happen in phases and stages. Because wow, it's really, really a lot. But you know, we have this mission and this calling. And if, you know, you have to stay true to yourself 100% of the time, no matter what anybody else is telling you, no matter what I'm telling you, you have to really stand true to what your own intuitive body is saying to you, is telling you, and to really listen to your inner being, because it is truly the most knowledgeable, even though there's a lot of people who want to tell you that they are the most knowledgeable. There is definitely a lot of ego out there, especially in the spiritual realm. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. We all have aspects of that in us. There is no question about it. When we start to come into this understanding of this journey, this awakening process, it's like, you know, you think that nobody understands and has seen or experienced this before. But I believe that we are all meant to experience this at one point or another. Some people maybe not in this lifetime yet. They're early on in the process. So when we sit back and recognize that everybody is at a different stage of this, that everybody's personality, their chart, their aspects are all different, we can ease up on expectations from anybody. We can ease up on expectations from ourselves. We can trust the flow. We can trust that these big waves are meant to help us get stronger and grow, learning to navigate, learning how to trim our sails properly at the right time to get the most speed in the right direction. So that's my voice for today. I thank you all so very much. I'm so blessed to have you guys. We are connected here through this little tiny microcosm of our own YouTube universe. And wow, how powerful, how extremely powerful that is. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll definitely talk soon. Bye.